You know, sometimes we have clutter in our lives and we don't even realize it. So in this video, I want to talk about 8 types of clutter that you may have in your life and what to do about it. But first, what do you think of this shirt? It's the newest addition to my capsule wardrobe in the works. Comment below and let me know. I like it. So the first type of clutter that you may have in your life right now is bargain clutter. Now, these are the things that you buy just because they're on sale. Random picture frames, random pieces of clothing, shoes, whatever it is. Just because it's on sale, you have to get it. We've all done it. I've definitely done it. And what you can really do with these items is first, have some discipline and stop purchasing random things. That's the truth. But other than that, what you can really do with the items that you already own, those random things that you picked up just because they're on sale, is you can donate them to your local donation center, or you can try selling them. Maybe they're in good condition or they're nice pieces of whatever it is. You can try selling it and make a little bit of money back from the money you spent on them. So the second type of clutter is an excuse that we all have given at some point. But I've spent so much money on this. Do you know how much I spent on that? Clutter. Now, these are the items that you purchased, and maybe they're clothes or maybe they're shoes or whatever it is, but you're afraid to get rid of them because you spent a lot of money on them. But if you're honest, you haven't worn them in years, but you're hesitant to let go because, like I said, you spent a lot of money on them. And the best way to get rid of these items is to sell them, right? Try to make some of your money back, but you have to be comfortable with the idea that you're not going to get all of your money back. You can use apps like OfferUp or Facebook Market or anything like that to sell those items, or you can just get rid of them by donating them to your local donation center. Number 3 is aspirational clutter. Now, these are things that you pick up and that you purchase because they're almost your fantasy self, right? We talked about this in a previous video about breaking up with your fantasy self. So maybe you're purchasing outdoor gear because your fantasy self wants to go camping one day, or maybe it's rock climbing gear, but you don't really like rock climbing, or whatever it is for you in your life. Those aspirational items that you've picked up that are sitting in a closet that you haven't used and never going to use, but your fantasy self version of you is using them every single day. Those are the items you need to get rid of. Those are the items you need to go through and donate. The best way to get rid of them, take them to your donation center or sell them if they're in good condition. The fourth type of clutter is emotional clutter. The emotions that you're holding on to within yourself, whether it's from an old relationship, an old friendship, a family situation that you may be involved in, but those negative emotions that you're holding on to. You have to find a way to let go of them. I know it may be hard, it may be challenging, depending on your situation, but once you let go of those negative emotions, you're opening yourself up, especially mentally, for new and exciting things into your life. It's so important to let go of those emotions and just, like I said, open yourself up to new and exciting things. Find the best way to do that. For me, the best way I've learned to let go of those emotions is I write things down. My poetry, my creative writing, different things like that is my way of expressing those emotions so I no longer have to hold on to them. Find the best way to do that for you, and I promise you, you'll start to see some changes in your life. Number 5 are sentimental items. Now, I've talked about donating sentimental items before in a previous video and whether or not you should keep them, and the same rule applies here. You really have to look at that item and really determine if it still sparks joy in your life. Sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it does. Depending on that answer, you can decide then whether or not to donate it or whether or not to keep it. For me, a lot of the sentimental items that I've had didn't add any joy to my life or any value to my life, so I decided to let go of them. But I also have a few pieces that still have some value or some joy that I want to hold on to them. So you really have to look at those sentimental items that you have. We all have them. We all have a lot of them, and really determine whether or not it's something worth holding on to. The 6th type of clutter is something that I like to call stocking up clutter. Now, I'm not talking about toiletries or toilet paper and tissue, paper towel, and things like that. Of course, it's smart to buy those items in bulk because you use them all the time. But the items I'm talking about with stocking up are items that you don't use all the time. Your clothes, sometimes your food and things like that. These are items that we buy seasonal, especially when it comes to clothes, and we like to hold on to them. Oh, I'll wear this next year. I'll wear this next winter, and then next winter comes around and it's sitting in your closet. It's smart to buy those things seasons as you go because your style is going to change. And then when it comes to food, food has expiration dates. Food expires, and when you don't eat it, it goes bad. You're wasting your money because you didn't have to throw those items away. Think smarter when you purchase those items, especially when it comes to food and especially when it comes to clothes, and your money will go a lot longer. So the next type of clutter on my list, number 7, is behavioral clutter. Now, these are just behavioral things that we do every single day. Maybe you walk into the door and you don't hang your jacket up right away, or you don't put your shoes away in the closet as soon as you take them off your feet, or maybe you live out of your laundry basket after doing laundry like I used to do. These are behavioral things that we do out of habit that turn into physical clutter in our space. Now, the best way to fix this is to really break the habit and set a new habit in your life. But in order to do that, you have to take a step back, look at your life, look at your routines, and figure out where you can make some adjustments. We all have behavioral situations that we go through or habits that we have, and sometimes those habits add clutter to our life. So look at your life, figure out what you can adjust, and go from there. So before we talk about the 8th type of clutter on my list, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. We talk about minimalism, but also share my creativity and my poetry and my creative writing and all that creative stuff on this channel as well. So if you enjoy any of those things, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you're notified every time I drop a video. So the 8th type of clutter on my list is a life-changing clutter. Now, this happens when we go through a situation emotionally in our lives. Maybe it's a bad breakup or we've lost a loved one. And usually when we go through tough emotions like this, we cope with that feeling by gathering or collecting items and physical things. Especially when we lose a loved one, we like to hold on to their items because it reminds us of them. Now, I'm not telling you what to do with your situation or your items that you have in your life in regards to this, but sometimes it's smart to start to let go of those things. And because those things don't hold the memories are really within you. And the best way to let go of these things is to first really be gentle with yourself and take your time. Like I said, I'm not telling you how you have to do this or when you should do this, but it may be smart to start thinking about it. And the best way to do it is just to set a goal for yourself and track against that goal and just slowly start to let go of some of the things as you go through your life and as you adjust to the new change that has happened in your life. I really hope that helps you. If you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure you get a thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said, and always remember, stay true to you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.